everyone's joining. Today I'm going to be talking about the books I've read recently. So there were a few books I've read recently, even though the past few months has been very difficult for me to reach just because with all the stuff that's been going on in my personal life, but I've read a good decent amount of books for the past few months, so let's get to the books that I've read the past few months. So the first book that I've read recently is The Supervillains and Me by Danielle Banas. This is about a world where the superheroes exist and their main character's brother is a superhero, and then she runs into this supervillain that nobody knows who he is, and she sees a side of him that no one has seen, like he's trying to prove that he's not a supervillain like many people think he is. I really enjoy this book. I actually read this for a video project, which I'll link in the corner in case you guys missed that, and this was one of my 5-star predictions on my list like last year or 2 years ago now, and I did give this 5 stars. I really like the character, I really like the world, and I'm just really want to read more from this author because I really liked how this is like a contemporary kind of story but set in a world where superheroes exist, and I do hope there's another superhero, not like superhero-esque novel out there, because I do love watching different superhero movies, especially Marvel, because I'm a big Marvel fan, and I just really enjoy this book, and again, I give this 5 stars. The next book that I've read recently was The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, which is a reread for me, which is basically about a man who moves into his town, and then he discovers that his neighbor was going after it. Like, it takes place in the 1920s, and it tells a story about Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan and their history and all that, and our main character is Daisy's cousin, and the whole story goes from there. It's like super short, and I actually reread this I listened to this on audiobook, narrated by Jake Gyllenhaal on Audible, and I really enjoyed the audiobook. I thought he did a really good job, like, bringing like Nick to life and seeing his perspective of the story of Jay Gatsby and all that, and this is one of my favorite classics of all time, and I know people don't like it, but I do really like The Great Gatsby, and I've been wanting to rewatch the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, because I thought he did a good job playing as Gatsby himself. So yeah, again, this is one I give this 5 stars. This is a reread, and it's still one of my favorite classics of all time. And the next book that I've read recently is Daughter of Sherlock Holmes by Leonard Goldberg. This is basically a retelling of Sherlock Holmes, but it's like, what if he has a daughter, and what would the story be like? And that's what this whole book's about. I really enjoyed this. I love Sherlock Holmes, and I just love seeing like how the story kind of starts with another generation of Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, and I just love the characters in here, and I just really love how it's like Sherlock Holmes but with this daughter's perspective, and I just love the story, and I can't wait to continue on with the series. Like, I remember when I was in Barnes & Noble, I saw this, and I'm just like, it really caught my eye, and I'm just glad that I read this for our video project, which again I'll leave in the corner in case you guys missed that, and I'm just really enjoy the story, and I can't wait to continue on with the series, and I give this 4 stars. And the next book that I've read recently, which I don't have with me because I read it as a library book, which is The Promised Neverland Volume 6 by Kyo... this is really... Kyo... Shirei. I always get this other's name wrong. Just let me know how it's actually pronounced down below so you guys can correct me on it. I've just always been very bad at pronouncing people's names sometimes, but anyways, if you haven't read the first volume follows different orphans living a happy life, and then something weird happens in the orphanage that they think would happen, and that's a whole synopsis of it. I love this. I still love the characters. I still love how they're trying to escape from the orphanage after they discover what was really going on, and I do want to watch the anime soon, but I don't know why part of me is like, I should continue on with the manga before watching the show, because I know there are some people that have read the manga and watched the anime and say there were differences between the two, but for me, I just really don't care as long as I end up enjoying as much as the anime. I would. So yeah, I still enjoy the Promised Neverland. I just can't wait to continue on with the series, and I know it goes up to 20 volumes, which is sad, but I'm just really excited to continue with the series because I really want to know what happens to the characters and see how their journey goes. So, and yes, this is also a 5-star read for me. And the last book that I read recently is by Contrary Mary by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This is a retelling of the Queen Mary of Scots, but what if she turns into a mouse? And that's the whole synopsis. I really wish there was an audiobook because I really enjoyed the My Lady Jane books as audiobooks, and I really hate that there wasn't an audiobook for this, so I read this physically. I do enjoy the story, don't get me wrong. I just wish there was an audiobook for this because that's how I really enjoy these books, even though I would still enjoy reading them physically, but I just really want like different cast audiobooks, so that's why this is kind of, I still really enjoy this book, but I wish this was a 5-star like the other books, but since I didn't listen to it on audiobook, it was a 4-star for me. I still enjoy the story, don't get me wrong, and I'm really excited about My Imaginary Mary because it's about Mary Shelley, and I'm just really excited for that. But yeah, I still enjoyed the story, and I wish it wasn't a slow read for me, but I had to do what I had to do, you know, but again, I give this 4 stars. So that's all for the books that I've read recently. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you've read recently. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you know when I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!